Thank you for that. Let's go back and do that real quick. Myself and Sharon Bounds are in attendance. Brian Williams.
Present.
Wes Argo.
Here.
Doug Stewart.
Present.
Janice Gonzalez.
Here.
Beth Husted.
Here.
Chief Quadrell.
Here.
Chief Gomez.
Here.
Ardell Steele.
Here.
And John Simmons.
Here.
Full attendance. Very good, people. All right. Do we have any visitor comments?
No visitors.
No visitors. Do we have any committee reports? You guys doing anything while I was gone? No, doesn't sound like it.
No.
Mayor's report. I would like to report that I drove by the flea market that we had down here this weekend several times and saw a virtually full parking lot about every time I drove by. And then I went there on Saturday evening as they were closing up, and I bought a new tie. And the lady that I bought the tie from, she was from Grandview, and she said, she's like, oh, I haven't been to Zilla in such a long time. And you guys, it just looks amazing here. And the parking lot that you have, I wish we had something like that in Grandview. And she's like, maybe I should start going to city council meetings. So I just want to pass that on, that to go along with that, next Friday at 11 o'clock is going to be the ribbon cutting ceremony for that park and ride project. So we're going to have some dignitaries in town, Councilwoman Husted and Mrs. Is it Valdez's second grade class is going to be
Mrs. Valdez,
Valdez.
fourth grade.
What grade is it?
Fourth.
Fourth grade class is going to come watch it, and there will be some light refreshments that we'll probably do over at the Cook Shack. But yeah, it really showed off that parking lot and showed how, I mean, I know we don't use it all the time, and a lot of times there's nobody parked there, but when we have events in that park, boy, it's sure nice to have that parking instead of that dirt lot. So yeah, if anybody could wants to come to that, yeah, feel free. Friday at 11. Let's see. All right, let's do some staff reports. Let's start out with the fire chief.
Everything's going good so far with the fire department. Slowed down a little bit last 2 weeks.
Awesome, that sounds great. And Paul, I'd like to thank you again. My wife and I went and picked some pears in Paul's orchard this week. And those pears are still in great shape, man. They were very
They are good.
Yeah,
I saw some D'Angelos out there. So
there was lots of D'Angelos. Yeah, it was a little harder to find the Bartletts, but the ones that we found were still really good. Let's go to police chief.
We're kind of the same as Paul. We've slowed down a little bit, but everything's going good.
Nice, that's what we like to hear. Public Works.
The flagpole base is being poured tomorrow. So then we'll start doing their countdown for, when it sets up. So it'll be about 3 weeks before they'll probably stand it. Today they're supposed to be CDF in it. I didn't go down and see if they completed that phase of it. We completed our sewer lift stations. Everything's moving right along down there. New plantings came into the parking lot yesterday at the park and ride. Everything's going pretty good.
So why were they pumping water out of that hole?
Because the water table is like 3 feet underground.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah. And yeah, you had to go down 13 feet. And so trying to keep up with it. And then I had to put some drain rock in there and a type of drainage. So
is that going to be a problem for that location?
Hopefully not. No, it'll be fine once they get this. Once they get it filled in with cement, the water table will just go around it. It'll be fine.
Okay.
John, I'm along Janice's question there. It's a valid point. What if I know that this is a massive structure that they're putting in there to hold up the pole. But what if, say, for some reason, the ground underneath it over time shifted? And then the flagpole, I mean, with it being 135 feet tall, it wouldn't have to move very many degrees for it to be noticeable. Does the flagpole come? It's not attached to the base. It would come out of the base, and a new base could be poured, right?
Correct. And actually, there is some fudge factor room going to be installed. That fudge factor room, it comes in the form of a sleeve within a sleeve that has a sand barrier. So that sand can actually be readjusted if it need be, and something be changed out, within a certain amount of degree. So there is some fudge factor. At 135 feet, you wouldn't need much of variance to really make a big difference. And, hope for the best. The sub base that they're down to, they put a bunch of rock in there day before Friday, and then today, and getting it prepped to be able to take on the cement. So it should be good. Be a lot of weight there holding up, but it's not. But it's all virgin ground that it's going on to. It's not fill.
Okay. What you know any stats on it? Like how many yards of concrete are going in the hole?
I don't offhand. I think it's 13 feet, 13.5 deep, but I believe 20 across. I could do the math real quick, but
yeah, it's a lot of concrete.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Okay, cool. All right. How about Ardell, planning?
From a planning standpoint, not much going on. I've been consulting with a few people trying to get their plan developments done, and someone who's trying to figure out how to go about doing a short plat. From the building side, we've seen quite an increase in the amount of re-roofs that have been applied for. And then there's still some projects that are trying to finish up and get squared away before snow flies. Code enforcement, I'm still trying to work with a few people to get rid of some diseased trees, and talking to a few property owners, trying to get them to cut down their weeds one last time before the snow flies. In the middle of it all, I'm also working on our complete streets applications and our historic cemetery application.
Are those the bug infested trees over by the pond over there, by the black bugs, or whatever those things are?
The elm beetles?
Yes, yeah, that's it. Yeah, is that still going on, or has that guy done anything about that yet?
No, it's still going on. One of the property owners is kind of a holdout, and I'm trying to get him to understand that he's basically setting himself up for a lawsuit.
And he doesn't want to remove them because of the aesthetics, right? Or private, he thinks that's privacy.
Well, one of them, the one that didn't want to remove because of the aesthetics, has no control over the trees in question. It's the other property owner that owns the larger house in that area, and that he doesn't know exactly what to do about it, and I'm trying to help him through the process, but in the meantime, he's kind of turning his head to the situation and not doing all that he could possibly do. So I'm trying to get him to understand that if he doesn't actually take some action and either, bring out tree specialists that can address the trees, or go ahead and rip them out, the other property owners could very well sue him because the bugs are going into their house.
Yeah, and to give some council here some background on this, these trees are producing these really small type of flying insect that can get in through your windowsill and actually enter your home in the amounts in the hundreds. And so they're pretty gross actually, and they get all over everything. So I wouldn't like that if it was next to me either. So I do have one thing to add that we should touch on. Good news, we finally got a bid for the sewer dump station. John, you got any more information on that?
No, that'd be Sharon. Sharon's been in touch with them more
I
than
was
I have.
gonna report on that. Yeah, I'm just in the process of getting the contract ready and to bring to council for the next meeting. So that's exciting.
Yes, as
good.
one former council member termed it, it's Zilla's most popular tourist attraction.
Oh, mercy.
Sharon, you can go ahead and continue on with what else you got?
Okay, let's see. Oh, you guys will be seeing a newsletter that just went out. We sent it to the printer Friday, so you should be seeing it hopefully early this week. The mayor's got some good info in there for everybody. I don't know if I reported at the last meeting, but we survived our audit this year. We had a financial and a single federal audit, and everything came out really well. So we were happy, very happy for that one and relieved. The next meeting, we will be taking a quick look. It's just a preliminary look at the budget. And I believe it's the one where we also invite in people to make their tourism fund requests. So we'll be getting all that information ready for that meeting.
And back to the audit, I would like to congratulate Sharon and Shelby for doing such a good job on that audit. And I sat in a meeting with the exit interview with the auditors, and they were really thrilled with their bookkeeping. And to not get a single mark or notification, that's very impressive. And so good job, Sharon. Make sure you tell Shelby that. So, we're lucky to live in such a great town. Zoe never makes the news. Most towns make the news for the wrong reasons, and so yeah, it's all quiet on the Western Front is usually a good thing, and that's definitely been the case with us. So I don't know, are we gonna try to contact any news to get them out for our the park and ride opening, Sharon?
Yeah, we're gonna do a press release Wednesday.
Okay. Let's see. Does anybody else have anything they'd like to add?
Just a question for Paul. You'd mentioned a few weeks ago you weren't sure about the vaccine mandates and the volunteers. Is everything going okay there?
Well, I'll let you know here in a couple weeks. As of right now, we just sent out a letter to all the volunteers. We're waiting for it. They got till the end of the month to get the response to find out who is vaccinated and who is not, and then if there's going to be any exemptions or not. So as of right now, I don't have anything to report. I do have some guys have been turning in their cards. I have not gotten any exemptions yet.
Okay, gotcha.
So the paperwork that Paul's talking about too, we had that looked over by our attorney, and it's all going to stand up. It looks good, so everything's official when it's coming to that stuff. So yeah, we'll just wait and see, and then see how it goes. It sounds like everybody's kind of dealing with this right now. So
Yeah.
Any other questions, comments, concerns?
Now on the pathway, on the first half of the pathway down there on the right-hand side, there's getting to be quite a bit of weed encroachment on it. Ardell's done a great job on talking to the landowners and that, but we actually own about a foot off of that, 6 inches to a foot. I'm working with the contractors as we speak, trying to get them to address that. Closer we get. The other end on the left side has all been really well, and it's freshly scraped, and we're actually going to go down and we're going to start treating it ourselves. We're going to pay for that. But it's definitely something that we know that's 2 miles of area of the vegetation that we usually don't treat. So it's definitely something new for us too. But we definitely get that little foot makes a big difference. But if anybody's complaining about it or has issues about it, we are addressing it.
So I'm not complaining. I'm not complaining. I appreciate it being cut down. The place where I think probably is going to be the most difficult because we have such a little, little area that we have control over is right under the cliffs there, right under the bluff, because there's not really that much space there.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody does anything with it. It's always kind of been a weed patch there.
Yeah. But it's actually encroaching onto the path right now as we speak.
Oh yeah. No, I know.
Excuse me. So anyhow, I just want everybody to know that we are addressing it. We see it before we accept the project. We're definitely, anyways, that's the path I'm going down right now to try to get hold of it now, or since we're towards the tail end of it.
Since I walk that path a lot, I come across people and that want bathrooms of some kind on that pathway. I think outhouses would be fine if that was, but I don't really know what kind of expense it was, but I told them I would mention it. Irma said, tell Mayor Carmack we need bathrooms. So I'm doing that.
Okay. Well, we all know why we didn't push to put permanent bathrooms in there to start with, because we were worried that it would be a place for loitering and trouble,
right?
Especially at night.
And plus, it's the cost too. The cost is not free.
Oh, yeah. Being as the drinking fountain was $25K. Yeah, I can't imagine what bathrooms would be.
Yeah. No.
Well, an additional thing there is we personally don't own property down there.
Exactly.
So our footprint is very much taken up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and Janice, I mean, fingers crossed here, but what we're hoping, and we're hoping sooner rather than later, is once that road's in, there's some commercial structures start going in there. And those
Yeah, that's what I told them. That's what I told them, that's what we're hoping, is that there'll be some commercial.
So, but I can see that, that's it. Yes, we should take that under consideration, Janice. Thank you for bringing that to our attention.
Mm-hmm.
Was there some signs of commercial, like specific businesses wanting to move in there, or any kind of study on that, or what's kind of the outlook on that?
I know the developers pretty much take care of that. Ardell, I don't know if we've really received anything on that, have we?
The only inquiry I had was actually on the city property, and since the city property is tied to the road project, I doubt there's going to be anything there. They've since decided that they wanted to move. It was a request for Anytime Fitness, and they decided to start talking with John Hill about possibly setting up next to the Civic Center. So that kind of got switched out really quick. As for the rest of the road area, I've been trying to work with New Vision to make sure that they have all of the information, contact numbers, etc., to go up on their website so that people that are interested can know who to contact. regarding the land.
Do you have that website? The URL?
Not off the top of my head, but if you type in Google under Yakima County Development Association.
And Ardell, I believe you're still working on the plating with the developers too, right?
Correct.
So it's really not even, most of that area is not quite ready yet for being divided. Is that right?
None of it has been final platted yet. The developer had expressed a wish to kind of do everything all at once. So they're kind of holding off until they can get their residential piece taken care of before they come in for the whole thing. Are you finding it okay, Wes?
I found the Yakima County Development Association, but not, oh. Here's an article on it. But yeah, I'll find it. Yeah.
Yeah, if you go onto their website, they have a special section that's just for people that are inquiring about setting up shop in Yakima County. Part of that is that they have a map where there's vacant land throughout the Yakima County. So a lot of the different jurisdictions are on there.
Gotcha.
And so.
All right, anybody else got anything? All right, well, we will take kind of adjourn here for the next 4 minutes and start up our council meeting. All right, let's get this thing started. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, welcome to the City Council meeting, September 20th, 2021. Myself and Mrs. Bounds are in attendance. Do we have Brian Williams? I know you're out there, Brian. Wes Argo.
Yep.
Doug Stewart.
Present.
Janice Gonzalez.
Here.
Beth Husted.
Here.
Chief Quantrell.
Here.
Chief Stomats.
Here.
Ardell Steele.
Here.
And Johnson's.
Here.
And I am
All right.
here.
And Brian. All right, on to the consent agenda.
I move that the City Council approve the consent agenda, items A through F.
I'll second.
Is that motion's been made and seconded? Is there any further discussion on the matter? With that, I will call for a vote. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? On to item, under new business, item A, resolution number 2021-42, lease agreement.
Mayor Clark, Mayor Carmack, I move the City Council approve resolution number 2021-42, approving the lease agreement between the City of Zilla and Fire District 5 for the continued use of the district's Zilla Station facility for 2022.
I'll second that.
That motion has been made and seconded. Is there any further discussion on the matter? I will call for a vote. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Item B, resolution number 2021-43, approving a revised attachment to the interlocal with Yakima County.
So this is Janice. I move the City Council approve resolution number 2021-43, approving a revised attachment A to the 2020 interlocal corrections detention agreement between the City of Zilla and Yakima County for jail services.
I second.
That motion has been made and seconded. Is there any further discussion? I will call for a vote. All those in favor?
Aye.
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 All those opposed? On to item C, resolution number 2021-44, approving an ILA with Zilla School District.
I move the city council approve resolution number 2021-44, approving an amended and reinstated interlocal agreement between Zilla School District and City of Zilla for SRO and special event security.
I'll second.
That motion has been made and seconded. Is there any further discussion on the matter? With that, I call for a final vote. All those in favor?
Aye.
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 Anybody opposed? Cool. Anybody have anything else they'd like to add?
Mariners are still in third place.
Can they make, are they gonna make the playoffs?
No.
I don't know. I don't think so, but no, they're not going to.
Oh, okay. Right.
But they're doing better. They're doing less poorly than they have in a while.
Well, always
And they're
works.
doing better than they were expected to do.
Exactly.
That's good. Okay, well, thank you, ladies and gentlemen, and I will see you in a few weeks.
Okay.
Okay.